I was laying in our tanning bed at home, and all of a sudden it hit me. Dakota's like a year and a half. I've been like not doing wrestling for like almost 2 years. And it was like all of a sudden it hit me. I was like, what does the WWE not have? Actually, WWF at the time. Sorry. What do they not have? And at the time they had Sherry, Scary Sherry, and Sunny. And so you know how they were very different human beings in terms of their characters, right? So I was like, there's no old school Hollywood, and Dustin's supposed to be this like perfect actor and whatever, like, you know, he quotes all these movies and whatever. So all of a sudden it just hit me in the tanning bed. I was like, oh my God, like they need this female in the company. Like that's what they need. And so I called Dustin while I was in the tanning bed, and I told him all like my entire idea. And he's like, I love it. And I said, okay, you know, call Vince and just like tell him. And he's like, I'm not calling Vince, you call Vince. And at the time, Dustin was very scared of authority. And I hope that he's at the point in his life now that he can admit that back in the day. But he was like, no, you call Vince. I'm not calling Vince. And so I did, you know, I called the office, and I remember getting a phone call back from Pat Patterson, and Pat gave me the obligatory, oh, you know, that's great. That's a great idea. Thank you so much, but we're not interested. But thanks anyway. So I literally cast it aside, didn't think another thing of it, focused on being a mommy. And I was at my grandparents' house, and it was right at Christmas time. And Dustin said, he called, and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm at Gran and Granny's. And he said, well, pack your bags. They want to do your idea. And I was like, you're kidding. So like everything about Marlena was me. I had the idea to go to the ring with either a cigar or a glass of wine. And at the time, because cigars were allowed, at least in, not that people could walk in and smoke cigars in, you know, in the seats, but for us, we could walk out, and whatever we used for our characters was allowed. And we decided to go with the cigars. And yeah, because back in the day, I absolutely love bubble baths and cigars. So it was, to me, it was like, let me do this extension of myself with this character. And the reason I came up with and decided on Marlena was because of Marlena Dietrich, who was way back in the day in Hollywood. And she was one of the first women that wore pants and wore pantsuits and smoked cigars. And I was like, dude, you are all that and me. I love you. I cherish you. Yeah, let's go with Marlena. Anyway, so yeah, and that's how Marlena was created.